Waking up in Boston town, best pups in the city all around. Let's get that tail wagging right, making every good day so bright. It's the Common Dog Podcast. Yeah, the Common Dog Podcast.
Hi, I'm Laura Donnell. Welcome to the Common Dog Podcast. I'm here with my general manager, JB, and this is Fridge.
Hi, Fridge.
She's a mix. Why don't you talk a little bit about who this is?
Fridge is one half of what we call the appliances. Her and her sister, Toaster.
Fridge and Toaster.
They
It's hilarious.
They are two Shepherd Pyrenees mixes.
Yep.
So
they're big,
they're
right?
big.
But they're not huge.
They're lanky.
They're lanky.
They're like deer.
Yeah. They look like
Deer,
a
yeah.
dog version of a deer. Yes, you do.
So they came to us
About
2 months and a half,
2 months ago.
2 months
something
ago.
like that, maybe.
For activity against the mailman primarily.
Yeah, I think they got the UPS or the
Recall.
FedEx dude
Yeah.
pant leg anyway.
Yeah.
So they did a board and train with us. And the really important thing that they'd never had was we separated them. Yeah, we separated them.
They're litter mates. So, and
But-
that was a struggle.
Very different.
Very, very different dogs.
Today we're talking about dog body language, and Toast and Fridge are good examples of two dogs that have very different body language.
different.
Very different. They're very different dogs,
Mhm.
even though they're litter mates. They look a lot alike. In fact, when they're here, we have to have a collar on one. So when they're right next to each other, we can
You
tell
can
the
tell.
difference. But when they're separate, the only real difference in terms of how they look is one's a little bigger. Toaster's got a little bit more size to her than Fridge.
Fridge's face is dopey. Like
Yeah.
that's the only real way I can
You have
tell.
a dopey face, sweet girl.
Yeah,
Aw.
she's very dopey.
But
and
when they're
Toast
separate,
is
you
a
can't
little
tell.
bit more serious.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at one of them, you're like, wait a minute, which one are you?
Yep.
When they're right next to each other, you can tell for sure the difference. It's very nuanced, but it's there.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
So we talk a lot about dog body language in dog daycare.
Yeah.
It's, I would say, equally, if not even more important than when you're training just sort of one dog at a time.
I would say it's more important when you're
Because you got a whole bunch of dogs
Mhm.
and their body language changes based on what's going on.
Right.
Right? Talk a little bit about how dog body language, how we train and prepare our staff.
Mhm.
Say a newbie that comes to us with no dog care experience.
Right. One of the things that we'll tell people is to look for the dog that has the highest tail. Sans the Huskies. But,
Or, any dog that has
Has,
like just
that-
a
that
naturally, but
naturally
even
high
they
tail.
can show
oh yeah,
there's a difference
there's a
between
difference.
a high tail
And
and
a
a
relaxed-
regular,
yeah.
relaxed, curved
Right.
up tail.
So we'll always say watch the dog with the highest tail, kind of the fastest or most busy like energy.
Yeah.
You always have to address that dog first. And a lot of the times if you address that one dog, it will
Settle everybody else.
everybody
And it's not
else.
always necessarily high tail. Like pit bulls don't really do high tail. They do stiff tail.
They do stiff tail.
They do stiff tail like a rudder. It just goes straight out. Or if they have a curly tail, it's still curled up, but it's really stiff. Or sometimes it's vibrating.
Vibrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with pitties too is that a stiff tail, pitties when they play,
It's totally different than
they
other
do everything
breeds.
wrong. They do
know.
everything wrong.
They don't know it, and they're not trying to
And
do
they're
it
not
wrong.
trying to, but their body language is very much saying that they're a threat to
Right.
the other dog.
Even when they're trying
And they're not-
so hard not to be.
yeah.
Trying so hard
They're
not to
trying
be
so
like,
hard
just
not-
play with
just
me.
play with me.
Unless, there are certainly dogs where we're like, oh, that's not play.
That's right.
At all.
And it's a really like you have to know the dog. You
I'm
have
so
to-
sorry. I should turn my phone off.
You have to know the dog. You have to know the nuances of not just their tail, their ears, their posturing. Even like you can see their like back is stiff, or their foot is a certain way, or they're forward or backwards or low.
Yeah, like
or-
football players, you know when
Right.
their weight is forward because their knuckles are white. You know,
Right.
those are little tips and techniques that we utilize in caring for dogs that come for our enrichment daycare. and structured daycare. But definitely more so with off-leash play, we are constantly monitoring what the dog body language is telling us.
And it changes within
It does.
seconds. Within seconds.
And every dog is a little different. I mean, we really push the fact that there is no cookie cutter approach to anything.
No.
With anything, really. I just think that, you're dealing with carbon-based life forms. They're different.
There's
we're
no
all,
textbook.
Yeah, we're all
for
just
it.
a little different, right? So same thing with dogs. Same thing with dogs communicating with each other. Same thing with dogs off-leash play versus on-leash play. It's all very, very, very different. So
Yeah.
dog body language 101 is vital.
Mhm.
And we are always pointing it out, even to each other. Hey, look at that. Or, wow, that's, what do
don't
you
like
think about
that.
that? Or, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
Mine's always, I don't like that.
I don't like that. Yep.
We have like certain dogs too that are wicked vocal. And sometimes when new staff member starts, they're like, "Oh my God, they're aggressive," and it's like, "No,
They're just chatting.
they're just
talking,
vocal. They
singing.
say a lot." Lana does this like specific vocalization when she's
Your dog, Lana.
Yeah, when she's excited, she's like, ha, 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 ha. Like it's weird. It's
funny.
weird and it's funny, and I can tell that that's when she's really into it.
Right.
And
Well,
there's
and like Rhea, she starts to whine.
Yeah.
She does the,
yeah,
very shepherdy kind of, even though she's not a shepherd technically.
poking and
Oh, the poke. Oh my God, that's her nickname is poke.
Poke.
So.
and even that too, like it depends on the breed. It
Well, in
depends
her
on the
body
dog.
language, like for example, Rhea cannot go in my enrichment daycare. She utilizes our structured daycare, but she can't go in off-leash open dog play because her body language sucks. It's so bad.
We use her.
We use her to actually show clients that their own dog is doing great, right? Like here's the example of what you don't want.
It's not so much that, it's more of her dog sets every dog off.
Yeah, she brings out the worst in every dog. She's
So-
great at that.
And what we use her for is it's like, if your dog can be okay around your
This,
dog,
yeah,
then they're going to be okay.
right.
Because your dog just sets everyone off.
Yep.
And it's just the
And
energy.
it's her body language. It's her
It's-
body
yeah.
language, and the other dogs are picking up on her body language.
Yep.
It's just this frenetic energy, which is very common with Belgian Malinois. It's this frenetic energy, and she's got no place to put it. And even after 6 hours of training and
yeah.
playing and exercise, she's still vibrating.
That's an important point, I think, for reactivity, because I'll constantly have I can't tell what the pattern is. And what isn't necessarily a pattern, what we can see, the pattern is the energy that the
Right.
dog can see, the body language, this, that, and the other thing. We've definitely had our fair share of dogs that come through that we end up having to say, "I'm sorry, your dog isn't a good fit," because the other dogs just cannot handle their energy or their
Right.
body language. Or
So with Rhea, my dog, she's a Belgian Malinois. She's 6 years old. She acts like she's 1. I can take her off leash hiking up in the mountains around a whole bunch of other dogs
Mhm.
who are there to do the same thing. And she's fine. They're fine. She's focused. She may interact a little bit with the other dogs, but not much. She is there to do the hike.
right.
And that's fine. But
Mhm.
when she's in a less structured environment, which is also why she does so well with structured daycare here, when she's in a less structured environment, she can't handle that, and
No.
she sets all the other dogs off.
Right.
Not to mention she also has really high prey drive, which doesn't work here terribly well either.
No.
So, she's like, chase the little thing that's making noise and running from me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's funny, and too, like, we talk about Lana a lot and her like way with handling larger dogs that irritate her
right.
or whatever.
Well, as a
And it's-
dachshund,
it's
as a
body
mini
language.
dachshund, she's also looking out for herself
Oh,
just
yeah,
in terms
all
of
the
her
time.
size.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to get stepped on or chosen as a little aperitif for the
Mhm.
afternoon. So I don't blame her for
I don't blame
like
her at all.
claiming this is my space and you shall not pass.
Most of the time, it is warranted. I
Yeah.
will say that 99.9% of the
Well,
time,
like today,
it's warranted.
Just today, we were watching her, and she was kind of doing a little self-grooming, and another dog, a puppy, but a bigger dog, came over and did the poke kind of thing, and she was like, leave me alone, had to do it twice, and the other dog was
Backed
like,
away.
oh, okay, I get it. But he was
like, I wasn't doing nothing.
it wasn't me.
Like, walked away.
Wasn't me. Yeah, and she was just saying, hey, not now. I don't want this. I'm doing some self-grooming.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that.
But she'll feed off of another dog's on a leash. Like if that dog is coming, she's like, absolutely not, and she'll bark at him. I'm like, fair enough. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I feel that the happy dog wagging tail myth is always like such a big one.
Oh, he's friendly.
He's wagging his tail.
Wagging tail. Wagging tail does not mean friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It means excited. Now that dog may be excited and happy to meet you. That dog might be excited and happy to eat you. You just never quite know when you don't know the dog at all.
Right.
So never, believe that a wagging tail means a friendly dog. It means it's an excited state.
Watch dogs that are doing bite work.
Their tails are going
their tails are going nuts because they're like, I get to bite.
Or when I have Rhea in a downstay before I'm going to let her go and chase the squirrel or whatever it is that we're doing that day, her tail is literally just vibrating. On fire. Like it's on fire and she's trying to fan it out. She is just that tail is going. Or the slow wag. So many of the bully breeds do. They have that slow, somewhat
like
twitchy,
like almost like a cat.
Just a little bit, but it's slow. And we're like, oh no.
They're mad.
They're mad and something bad is about to happen.
Yeah. The looser the dog is, the looser that their ears are, their body,
their tail is a happy tail.
And that's happy.
Their jaw is looser, they're panting in a slow, happy to have my mouth open way, not, there's a difference. And did I wake you up?
Oh,
Did I wake you up making noises, making crazy weird dog noises? Oh, baby girl. Yes. So knowing dog body language is really important just for your regular, everyday dog owner walking their dog, especially in more urban areas, because you're going to be coming into contact with lots of other dogs that you don't know that are on leash, hopefully. And just because a dog coming towards your dog has their mouth open and their tail is wagging does not mean that dog is friendly. So learning dog language 101, first of all, learning your own dog's body language is really important. When we offer training services just to literally learn your own dog, like figure out what is that body behavior? What does that posturing mean? What is, when he does this, what does that mean? And we can bring in my dog Rhea to show your dog react to what seems like a happy, tail wagging, friendly dog, but your dog speaks dog. Right. And they know that is not happy-go-lucky, friendly, nice to meet you dog, right? And so many people think, oh, well, my dog is guarding me. Your dog is either reacting to the negativity that other dog is presenting, right? That body language is off and they're reacting to it, or they're owning you.
Or they're guarding themselves.
That's what I mean. They're reacting to that.
Yeah, they're more self-serving than we give them credit for.
They're like, oh, my dog loves me. I'm like, yeah, because you do everything for him, and he knows you're his, basically, you're always there for him and taking care of him. And, he thinks he has you wrapped around his paw, which he probably does.
Right. Another thing, too, is it's face-to-face interactions. Everybody does it on leash. Don't do it.
Well, there's two problems with it. First of all, right, that's not a natural way for dogs to greet each other. If they were off leash in a field, it would be nose to butt. There'd be a circle, right? Nose to butt. That's how they greet each other. Their butt is their calling card, right? This is who I am, right? That's normal and that is preferred. Face to face, especially on leash, you are likely putting tension on that leash and you are changing your dog's body language.
Their posture.
Yeah, they're pushing forward, which makes their shoulders broader, which makes them lengthen their neck. And so by doing that, by letting your dog meet another dog face to face, but you're putting tension back on that leash, you're inadvertently making your dog tell the other dog that they want to fight when
Right.
they don't, when
Right.
they probably don't.
They probably don't.
They're like, hey, I can't get to your butt to sniff your butt. So you're kind of creating that situation where that is not the speak for your dog, right?
They'll do this too. They'll like come face to face and they're sniffing, and then this.
Yep.
Like the heads go above each other and they do this, and then one gets real stiff. If your dog
puts
it
their
gets
neck
there
and
still,
head around another one.
yeah, it's bad news.
It's
and
bad
then
news.
it's also like, look out for if your dog suddenly just gets real still and stiff. It's like you're milliseconds away from something happening right there.
Right. And maybe that other dog will be like, whoa, get away from me, Jack. I have no interest in
And
this.
some dogs will take that and they'll be like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
we're
bye.
done. Other dogs will be like, I got you.
Yeah, you want to go? You want to go? Let's go.
Right.
Right. And,
They're
sometimes
animals, man.
they're animals, right?
They're animals.
Sometimes it's, like Friday Night Lights. Let's fight. When they didn't even really want to in the first place.
Most of the time they don't.
Right? So one of them usually wants to acquiesce. And if you know your dog's body language, that's the first step to being able to make it down the sidewalk and ensuring that your dog doesn't get into any sort of altercation with any other dog. Now, there's the real big problem of you've got your dog on a leash and here comes a dog off leash. And I love the people running behind. They're friendly. They're friendly. I'm like, yeah, but my dog isn't.
My dog.
Right?
My dog is 10 pounds. I have a German Shepherd running at me, or a huge, even a lab. Come on, man.
She's 10 pounds.
I'm not messing with that.
Right.
No, I'm so sorry. No.
Yep.
I still can pretty consistently carry a slip lead on me when I take Lana for walks.
Yep. So having an extra leash, a slip lead, like you
Mhm.
just described, so you can throw something over the other dog quickly and do this is great if the owner is still trucking, trying to catch their dog, or you have an oblivious owner that they don't even know their dog has run off. I love those. I'm like, whose dog is this? Right? I love those conversations and the sheepish, it's mine, it's mine.
You can also
It's
take,
friendly.
we've told people to take your leash and just,
So I have a
Kinda back
nice
them away.
heavy leather leash. Love our leashes. We sell them here. I've had the same one for over 20 years now. Love my leather leash. And I just create that windmill. And I will smack a dog across the nose, on the head, and it stings. It hurts. And if you have just those few seconds in order to kind of make them take a step
you can
back,
get away.
you can get away, or it gives the other owner time to get there. But
It sounds cruel, but you're saving
You're-
yourself, your dog,
right,
the other
and
dog.
preventing a potential huge fight.
Right.
Now, then there's the happy-go-lucky off-leash dog that just trots up and everything's cool and everything's great. But guess what?
Right.
My dog still isn't friendly, even if your dog is friendly.
Right.
So, and she might be looking at that body language and it might be calmer. It might be, hey, this dog isn't charging us to come at me for a fight, but my dog isn't dog friendly. She's dog friendly in certain circumstances.
Right.
So,
My dog is hyper social.
yeah.
Hyper social. And she will also be like, get the hell away from me.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, but if you're at a bar,
You always do the bar analogy. We are never in bars, by the way.
We're
We're
never.
old, and I'm old, and she's married,
I'm old,
and
yeah.
getting
if
older.
if you're at a bar, or if you're out doing something, you're at a concert, whatever, some rando just runs up to you and is in your face, you're not gonna just go, oh hey. You're gonna push him away. You're gonna smack him. You're gonna mace him.
You're gonna be like,
do
yeah,
all
I'm
kinds
all
of things.
set. I'm all
You're gonna do
set.
all kinds of, especially we're in New England. Everyone's like, get away from me.
Yeah, New Englanders. So over the weekend, we were outside in our front yard because our backyard, long story, had a fire. And so I had the dogs, but I had them off leash. I have a half acre in the front of the house. It's not fenced, but this poor guy was at our neighbor's house trying to sell something, and he comes walking at speed up our driveway. Now our driveway is a bit of a climb, and it's got some curves in it, so he's hoofing it because you kind of have to in order to get up the driveway. So he looked really serious, and he was definitely coming at speed. And it's so funny. It's not Rhea who takes the lead on these situations. It's my dumb
Eris.
boxer. It's Eris. She is just so ready to just bite into anybody coming on my property.
Mm-hmm.
And Eris, of course, is like, yeah, let's go kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's happy to jump in.
Yeah, Ray, you mean?
I mean, Rhea, yeah. And then, so you've got Rhea, who looks the part.
Oh, yeah.
And Eris, who doesn't, but she's all barking and screaming. And this person is, oh, hi, puppies. I'm like, oh, my gosh, just absolutely oblivious. Like, you are walking up private property. I'm up at the top of the driveway. My dogs are already bolting it down the driveway to go eat this person walking up my driveway. So I didn't say anything to the guy. I just did a recall.
Yeah.
Rhea, of course, did perfect because she's perfect.
Eris.
Perfect recall. Eris was like, yeah, Ma, I'm still going to go bite him.
Yeah.
So I had to do the booming, super serious, oh my gosh, you will listen to me. And so she looked at me and I got her attention. I was like, good girl, come. The guy knew well enough to stop. He stopped walking up the driveway and I got them inside, but he still came up and tried to sell us pest control. I'm like,
oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I should let the dogs back out. Like the no trespassing signs aren't enough. Like,
right?
Beware dog. Yeah, no, it was amazing. Like you just don't know how close you got to being eaten. I love dogs. I'm like, yeah, my dogs don't love you.
No, I had actually, speaking of recall, I had a really
told me I really needed to work on Eris's recall again. I'm like, oh, we need to do a little more work. You know?
I let Lana out into the yard. It was a very weird pride moment that I had, and the squirrel was in the yard and it took off and she ran to the edge. I don't have fencing in my yard. She ran to the edge of the property line
and stopped.
I was
Yay. Those are our wonderful proud moments.
I was like, I didn't even have this. I ain't nothing. Yep. She stopped and I was like, I kind of didn't believe it for a second, but it was interesting. I kind of wanted to see if she actually was going to
go
after it. Yeah. Because in that section of the yard, there's nothing really that she can go.
Both edges of my property, front to back, I can't see, right? When I'm at my house. Right? I can't see the edge of the backyard. And I definitely can't see the edge of the front yard. So they're not great in terms of that spatial awareness.
I don't even know how I did it.
Well, my hazelnut and nutmeg, when we lived in Wakefield, it was a teeny property, but it was like a peninsula. Like I had a road on this side and I had a road on this side, and they never left their yard. We didn't have a fence either. They never left their yard. And then we had a friend stay over, or a friend's dog stay over, and she bolted and actually it was so sad. It was funny. We can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
She bolted and got hit enough so that she rolled by a bus with children going to school but special needs. So this poor bus driver just thinks he ran over this dog. And then all the kids were freaking out. And I couldn't quite really explain enough for them to understand she's okay, she's all right. They're all crying. The bus driver was crying. I'm like, she's fine. So I had to play with her and show them that she's okay. See, she's all right.
She just bounced off.
She did. But she ran across. Yeah. And I had to go across the road, get her, and then bring her back. Oh my gosh. And she had expressed her anal glands, which is very, very, very bad smelly. Oh my gosh. So much worse than dog poo
common
smelling.
when stuff like that
when they get
happens,
scared.
When they get scared. Yeah.
So here I am playing with her with this horrible, and all these poor little kids crying. The bus driver's crying. I'm like, wow, this is a bad day. But we put up a fence, literally, because I'm like, what if that one time my dogs, and Hazelnut was the best behaved dog I've ever had in terms of training. She was amazing. Put her in a downstay, go grocery shopping, come back out. She's still in that spot. Yeah. But I just was like, no, we need a fence. So fences save lives. They do. So does training.
So does training.
Yes. Yeah. But But yeah, we used to watch. Her name was Sasha, big dumb boxer. We used to watch her a lot. Sweet girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's knowing your dog's body language is so important because it gives you a sense of calmness. Because you can look at your dog and go, they're okay. They're chill. It's all right. They're not getting all wound up. But also just knowing dog body language in general is really important. Like the whole myth about a wagging tail is a happy dog. It's absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
And so many people are like, oh, he's friendly. I'm like, no, I can tell right now your own dog is going to want to kill my dog.
Right.
Now, it's probably my dog's fault.
Right.
But that is not happy. That is not friendly. And the owner doesn't see it in their own dog.
Licking faces. So Lana does that a lot. Lana is a avid face licker.
So is Rhea with Eris only.
Well, Lana does it because she wants you to go away.
Yeah.
She wants you to go away. So dogs do appeasement behaviors like that to get you to go away. And it oftentimes looks like affection, and it's not.
So with Rhea, with Eris, it's affection. She's trying to get her to play.
Right. Right.
And Eris doesn't want to play.
And that's the whole thing is you have to see what the context is. Like
it's very different.
The biggest
and different in different situations with the exact same dogs.
Right. Like the one would be like Skylar loves to hold Lana. Lana doesn't always want to be picked up. She just doesn't. So she'll be holding Lana and Lana licks her face and she's like, oh, she's giving him. I'm like, no. She wants you to put her down. Please put her down.
Yep.
So, it's figuring out, it's knowing my dog, knowing she hates being held for long periods of times if she doesn't trust you.
Yep.
She doesn't exactly trust my daughter just yet. It's getting there. But
you have to be the sleepiest guest we've ever had on.
I know. She's just like out like a light. But and also watch their eyes. Their eyes will tell you way before anything else will a lot of the times.
Yep.
Whale eyeing.
So whale eyeing is like if you can see the white part of the dog, kind of looking up at you like this and not moving their head, we call that whale eye, as opposed to just looking at you, kind of doing this. If they're like this,
they're on the defense.
They're on the defense. They're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable about something. Have you ever seen the videos of boxers who really don't move their head and they're like this, this? It's also a big pity move. It's a big bully move.
It's a big bully move.
They don't move their head. They move their eyes, but they don't move their head.
Right.
So it's hard to catch.
It is hard to catch. And that's why sometimes it's really hard to catch things with small dogs because you can't see their face when you're working with them. Because you can also see tension in the face if they're panting and it's like
it's not a happy,
it's not like a
chill pant,
like a loose happy, it's not like that's stress. Lana is notorious for it. She doesn't pant unless she's actually running for a long period of time and actually playing for a decent amount of time, or she's stressed. It's very, very telltale sign. So panting sometimes is
with Rhea, it's more of a closed mouth is tension panting, whereas an open floppy tongue is a happy, hey, I'm either warm or I'm just chill.
Right.
So for her, it's the kind of almost closed mouth but still panting.
So ears forward, high. Those are usually bad too. It's you have all of these little puzzle pieces and you kind of just have to see them as a whole.
And it does depend on the dog.
And it does.
Which is why we have people come in for a session and we teach them what their dog's body language means. Because it isn't always just, oh, well, Google this and that's what's happening.
Right.
Every dog is different. Especially bully breeds. Their body language always defies what you read about in terms of what's going on with that dog.
Sometimes it's just a feeling too. Like we've walked into a room with a dog and been like, oh no, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. We never say that out loud when we're training, but because it doesn't really make the client feel very confident.
I'm
gonna get bitten today.
I'm like, please do not let go of your leash. You can just walk in and you're like, this dog does not want me in here.
Yeah.
I've been in a room and been with a dog. There was one dog, it was a Shiba that I was like working with for a long period of time, and there was like a 30 to 45 minute window of me being in their house where he would decide he was done with me.
Time for you to go.
Time for me to go. And like, you know, when the chill in the air, just like the temperature just snaps.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, that's what would happen with him. And I'm like, it's time for me to go. And I would leave. And one time I pushed it and I was like, I shouldn't have pushed it. Because then that's when he started, you know, resource guarding more than he normally does.
Right.
But it's like an air sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Totally. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about having multiple trainers rather than just kind of a one-on-one, there's only one trainer. I mean, having multiple trainers to call upon. You'll have a dog in a discovery meeting here and you'll say, hey, Laura, come check this out. Am I reading this right?
Right.
Or vice versa.
Right.
You know, or we'll bring up one of the other trainers, you know, that maybe doesn't even have, you know, definitely doesn't have as much experience because I'm old and I've been doing this a long time. Just to have another set of eyes. Hey, do you get this feeling? Because sometimes the dogs can be very hard to read, especially when they're in an environment they don't know, they're not used to, they're not comfortable. You could be misreading it, or you could be reading it just right.
Or you could be, you know, working the dog and something will happen that I miss. And you're like, did you see that? And I'm like, nope. And you're like, the bite happened like 5 minutes ago.
So dogs bite with their eyes before they ever open their mouth. When they decide they're going to bite something, they bite with their eyes first, especially between dog and dog. So, and that is dog communication that we're not especially privy to, right? But when you work in this kind of a setting where you work with, you know, hundreds of dogs, we're around, you know, hundreds of dogs every week, hundreds of dogs. We get to see all kinds of different stuff going on, all kinds of different communication going on. And just being, you know, besieged with all that information, it just makes you a better trainer.
Yeah.
That's why I think people who are involved in daycare, because you have so many dogs that you're interacting with, makes you a better trainer. You know, it's not just 1 or 4 dogs a week or whatever. It's just constant. And we are definitely, we didn't used to be as much, but definitely at this point we are a training-based facility. Every dog that comes to the door gets worked with in some capacity, whether it's, you know, working with them just on sit, stay, gait work, that kind of thing, and they're here for enrichment daycare, or they're doing the more structured daycare program, or they're here specifically for training. Like these guys, you know, she and her sister specifically came for training. They don't live close, so they don't really come for daycare, but they board with us and they do some refresher work in terms of training. So they won't eat the UPS man anymore. But yeah, dog body language, knowing it can save your dog.
It can save you.
It can save you. It can save your friend's dog or some stranger's dog. It's just so vitally important. I mean, imagine it's sort of like being in a country and you can't speak one iota of the language. Like you have no idea how to say anything in Korean, right? And you don't know how to ask for the bathroom. You know nothing. Not being able to read your dog's body language is the same thing, right? And you're really putting yourself at risk, your dog at risk, and everybody else kind of around you at a real disadvantage.
Yeah.
Do I have a fuzzy on my foot? I have a fuzzy on my foot. So Dog Language 101, we help owners learn their own dog, and then we bring up other dogs to show different language during that training session.
And like this dog is feeding off of your dog's body language, or your dog's feeding off of this dog's body language, and this is what that looks like. We do a lot of that with the socialization aspect of things. You know, I mean, the amount of conversations that haven't happened in one day here between dogs is wild.
It's ongoing. It's forever, and you know, amongst all of them.
And you can have 2 dogs that are playing, and they're playing great, and everything is going swimmingly, and then suddenly, it's not.
Or a third dog comes in. That's why we always say 2's company, 3's a crowd. A third dog comes in, ruins it for everybody.
Ruins it for everyone.
Or you have this bad vibe going on in the yard.
And then my favorite is when we start, okay, let's move this dog here, and this one here, and that one there.
Suddenly it's all better. Suddenly it's all better.
And it's just because you can't, like, sometimes you can't have the same kind of dog together, or 2 different polar opposite dogs together, or this, that, and
It's like when the irritating uncle leaves and the Christmas party gets that much better.
Just
Just switch it up a little
Just
bit.
switching it up.
But
yeah.
knowing to do that, when your dog is interacting with other dogs, and just being able to read and sense it,
Yep.
So our tip for the day, it's pretty obvious. Learn how to read your dog's body language, and we'll help you do it. There's lots of YouTubes. There's lots of bad information out there.
Lots of information.
There's
in
lots of
general,
information.
like,
Yep.
Yeah.
There's lots of bad information. There's lots of good information. But I would suggest jumping on and watching some videos because you get to kind of see it.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, any questions, please email us at training@commondog.com. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions. If you want to send us a video, we love that. We love people send us a video and we're like, so it looks like to us this might be happening, so on and so forth. So
Sometimes it's hard to tell from a video, though, too.
it's a start, though,
Yeah.
right? It's a start. And we love to, help everybody that we can, right?
Absolutely.
So, learn dog body language 101. It's really important.
It is really important.
Really important. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time, and we look forward to seeing you next week.